Hey peeps, today we're going to be discussing some facts about myself. So stay tuned. Okay, first fact. About 3 years ago, I had weight loss surgery. I had the gastric sleeve done, and I did it because I struggled with weight loss for most of my adult life. So I felt that it was needed in order for me to do the things that I like to do. I'm a very active person. I love to dance. I love to move. I'm a thrill seeker. Roller coasters, haunted houses, anything that has me moving. And when the weight started piling on, I became limited. So I really needed help. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I needed surgical help because no matter what diet, and I've pretty much tried them all, I couldn't get it. But the weight loss surgery, it did help me. It really changed my eating habits. But that is another video that I'll delve into deeper. So on to the next fact. I was an Avenue model. There's a clothing store for plus size women called the Avenue, and I shopped there a lot, especially me and my mother. And the manager approached me one day and she said, "You're very beautiful, would you mind being a model?" And I looked like, "You talking to me?" So she's like, "Yeah." So I said, "I don't know, I'm not the modeling type." But she was like, "No, you're gorgeous and you have a great body. You know, you've got that Coke bottle body, so you would be great for a model." And I'm just like, okay. So she gave me the rundown on what I would be doing and, you know, how it works. So I thought I'd take a risk and become a model. So twice a year, the Avenue would have their little runway shows at the store, and I would come out and model, and I'll link some pictures for you guys to see that later. So my third fact about myself is I'm a Michael Jackson fanatic. I love Michael Jackson. Even though he's gone, he's still my favorite artist of all time. And I know just about everything about him. I know pretty much every song that he put out verbatimly, every word. And I just love it. And one of the reasons why I love him so much is because I loved him before I met my dad, before my dad married my mom, my stepdad. And he's the one who actually introduced me to the behind the scenes of Thriller. And I hadn't even seen the video Thriller. I knew the song, but I hadn't seen it. And I was 8 years old and my sister was 4, and we went over to his house. And he had the making of Thriller, and he let us watch it. So we watched it, we watched the making, and it just enhanced my love for Michael Jackson. Like, I fell in love with that tape. I watched that tape forever, continuously, you know, after he and my mom married. So yeah, Michael Jackson, still love him. Will always love him. Another fact, I am a Peanuts fan. Peanuts meaning Snoopy, Charlie Brown. I love Charles Schultz. I love everything about Snoopy. I'm Snoopy, Snoopy, Snoopy. In fact, my first video that I made, I don't know if you guys noticed, I had a little Snoopy emblem on my shirt. I really don't know how I got into it. I think when I was a baby, my mother had bought me a couple of stuffed animals. It was Snoopy. I guess I carried him around a lot. I don't know. I just have always been fascinated with Snoopy. And I mean, I've collected everything from shoelace, they were popular back in the 90s when I was back in high school. I had the little Snoopy shoelace holders. I've had t-shirts, pants, bed sheets, baby products, not hair products, but like bows and barrettes and ties and vests and jewelry. I have Snoopy earrings, I have Snoopy watches, I have Snoopy rings. I'll link a picture where I had a motion ring back in high school of Snoopy. So I have a collection of just Snoopy everything. Like I always said, one day in my house I'm gonna have a room and just put everything I have of Snoopy in that room. Another fact about me is I used to play the violin. And I love the violin. My mother asked me when I was 10 years old, what instrument would you like to play? And I said, the guitar. I wanted to play the guitar. So she said, okay. Next thing I know, she signed me up for violin lessons. So I took violin, and I'm gonna share some little tidbit with you. I never learned to read music. I do not know how to read music. I should learn because I would like to pick it up again, but I coasted through violin classes throughout school. Never read one note, but I can play my butt off. I can play, I can copy. I've played so many songs. All I need to do is hear it and I can play it. And I played very well. You know, I was awesome at playing it. My sister, on the other hand, she's gonna kill me for this. She had to practice. She learned how to read music, but she didn't play as good as me. And she would practice and practice and practice. And my mother was just like, no, you're done. You know, you're done with the violin. But me, I didn't have to practice. I didn't have to read, but I could very well. So yeah, she had to practice. I didn't. She didn't play well, but I did. So, but I will love to pick it up again. I have a friend who plays the violin, so I've been going to them for help on how to select the perfect violin. I would love to purchase an electric violin, so that's my next step. Another fact about me, I have eclectic taste. I love all types of music, but I would have to say my favorite would be classical, jazz, and house music.
Percolator.
And house is like, you know, a part of techno. Classical music, it gives my soul peace. There's just something about strings and soft piano that just does something to my soul. So I grew up listening to classical music and I love it. You know, I love it. Whenever I'm feeling down or if I'm anxious, I'll listen to some classic music and it calms me down. Also jazz. Jazz is another favorite, and I grew up listening to jazz. I'll never forget road trips. You know, me, my sisters, and my mom and dad, we used to just take road trips, go shopping, or just drive out to the country, and we'd be listening to jazz. Najee, Luke Ponty, Norman Brown, Rick Braun, and my favorite jazz artist is Pat Metheny, the Pat Metheny group. I have everything that Pat Metheny has ever done, so that is my favorite music. Another fact is I am a Christmas fanatic. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. I love Christmas. Favorite time of year. I know my friends and my co-workers are going to be like, oh, but I love Christmas. I can listen to Christmas music all year round, and I have, and they'll tell you I have. I think I get on their nerves, but they love me, so they tolerate it. I play Christmas music in my car. I play it at work. I play it in the house. I play it when I'm baking. Especially when I'm cooking or baking, I have to have my Christmas music in the background. Not that I don't listen to other music, but I just love Christmas music. And I love Christmas, period. You know, the lights, the spirit. And I'm going to explain a little something to you because I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, another one of those Christmas. Look, listen. don't look at Christmas as being commercialized. I know that's what they're doing, but I see it differently. Ever since I was a child, I grew up knowing what Christmas was all about. The birth of Christ. Now, yes, I do know that he was not born in December. However, I still kept that in my spirit. My parents raised us to be giving, to be loving, to share, to care. So that's what they instilled within me in regards to Christmas, to appreciate color and beauty of the world, which is why I love Christmas lights. I love Christmas decorations. They really made Christmas perfect for us, you know. And yes, as a child, you know, all we cared about were the gifts. And I love to give presents as well. Now that I'm older, I love to give more than I receive. But it was, people were happier. People seemed to be happier and treated people better. I love being out in the hustle and bustle, watching, you know, parents buy toys for these kids and knowing that these children are going to be happy when they wake up Christmas morning, because I know I was. So there is something about that that lifts my spirit. It just makes me happy. And I don't have to go broke. It's not about going broke during that time. If you don't have the money to get it, that's not what the season is about. The season is about love, caring, family, and honoring the birth of Christ. So that's my take on Christmas. Another fact about myself is I haven't traveled a lot, but I do plan on traveling a lot. And the next place I would love to go to is the place that I fear the most, which is Australia. The reason why I fear Australia is that they have the most dangerous creatures. Dangerous creatures. If you don't know, I have a fear of spiders and crocodiles. Those are the two animals that I fear the most. Actually, spiders are not an animal, but still a creature. That funnel web spider, when I found out that their fang could go through your thumbnail, that's scary. That's scary. I can't even wrap my head around it. I am frightened of spiders, and they are the house spider in Australia. They walk everywhere. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Australia is because I had a couple of crushes on some guys from Australia. That accent is just so sexy to me. Anyway, but yeah, crocodiles. I've always been scared of that. As a child, I watched the movie Alligator, and ever since then, I've been scared of alligators and crocodiles because of what they can do, you know. So if I ever cross one, I'm running that way. If when I see a spider in the house, I either call my dad or anybody else. I will call my mother into the room to rescue me from a spider. I don't care. I'm going the other way. But so, and the jellyfish, oh gosh, I can't think of the name, but I'll look it up and I'll post it up here. It's the box jellyfish. They are the most poisonous jellyfish ever. So you really have to be careful when you're swimming in the ocean over there in Australia. And another would be the snakes. They have poisonous snakes there. So those are the 4 critters that I fear about, and they have the worst in Australia, but I want to go. I'm weird. You guys will learn that eventually if you don't know. Just a few facts about myself. So if you have any questions, comments, let me know. And I just want to say thank you for all my peeps out there that did subscribe and like my videos. And I will see you another time.